Hey guys, Lotus Tech here, back again with another video. So I got a few questions about the Lotus Tech pack and what's in it and basically what it is. So in this video I thought I'll give you guys a quick overview of what comes in the Lotus Tech pack and basically what it is. So we'll start off from Hekate, where you first boot up your Switch. So the first thing you're going to see when you get the pack is this Tesla menu over here. So as you can see, you get a Fizzu, status monitor, Amiibo, fast CFW switch, tri-player Edison, Sharon X, all these, things you would get over here in your Tesla menu, and it's a fully decked out Tesla menu now. That's the first thing you would get in the Lotus Tech pack. Now if we go up to Hekate, we're just going to go over here on fast switch, which you can once again get in the Lotus Tech pack. And to find the pack, you join the Discord server, the main Discord server, which is LT, then you go into general, then you go into LTS, and once you join LTS, it's going to be under the server pack, or it should be called Lotus Tech pack in the channel. So over here in Hekate, you'll see we have the Lotus Tech theme, which looks nice and simple, and over here you're going to have your launch options over here from the Lotus Tech pack. You're going to have your payloads over here, and that's basically what is in Hekate. So if we click Fuzzy.bin over here, which is what I usually do, because I'm banned, so there's really no point for me to open something else. I'm already banned, so I don't need to have all this firmware protection really. So as you can see, we loaded and we have another LT logo here instead of the Nintendo Switch logo, which in my opinion looks good. So I like that right here. So we're gonna wait for this to boot up again, and I can continue on showing what you guys get on this thing. Now we're booted back up here, so as you can see, it's fairly standard over here. You're not going to see too much in here. Where you are going to see a lot of the stuff is going to be in your Homebrew menu. So if we click on album over here, we're going to be brought to our Homebrew menu over here. So first thing we're going to get is Breeze, which is our cheat tool. So this thing is going to help us get our tool, help us cheat in games, get cheats in games, and it's just a tool to get cheats for basically. Gold Leaf is an area where you can change your profile pic. As you can see over here, I have a custom Lotus Tech profile pic right here instead of a standard Nintendo pic. So that's where you can change it, and this is where you can install games via USB-C over here. Melon DS is something that also is included. You can play your DS games, and I made a guide on how to set this up. You also get MGBA, where you can play your GBA games. You're going to get NX Themes Installer, which is where you can get custom themes for your Nintendo Switch. So if you see my other videos, you see sometimes I'm rocking the Wii theme, and this is where you can get the Wii theme from and how to install it. And I made a video once again on how to install themes to the Nintendo Switch. Over here we have PSPP, which is basically a PSP emulator, and this is where you can play your PlayStation portable games from here. You have RetroArch over here, and in RetroArch you get a 3DS Citra core, which usually costs money, but with the pack it's free. So you can play your 3DS games over here, and once again I made a video on how to play 3DS games on here. So you're gonna have a few folders over here, and this is your 90DNS utility testing. This is the test DNS. Over here you're gonna have your Hekate boot. So it's basically the same thing we did in the beginning of the video, where we booted back to Hekate using the Tesla menu like this, but instead it's an application on our Homebrew menu over here. Over here is your AIO updater. So this is where you're gonna go to update your Switch, and I made a video once again on how to update your Switch using AIO updater, so you can check that out. And browser is basically your internet browser, because the Switch doesn't come standard with one. This is where you can use an internet browser. What Checkpoint is on our pack is basically a save tool, so this is where you can make a backup, and I have a video coming out eventually in maybe a few weeks about Checkpoint, so I'll make a video on showing you how to back up your saves on Checkpoint. Chiaki is a app for the PS4, PS5, and this is basically a remote play thing. So you can use your Nintendo Switch as a remote play device, and I might be making a video on this soon. So if you want to see that, leave a comment in the description. What Daybreak is another updater thing, and I always use Daybreak to update my Switch firmware to go to a newer one if your Switch is banned, and this is usually what I always do if I want to update my Switch. DVI installer is basically the same thing as Gold Leaf, but this is just a faster and more efficient way of installing your XEIs, NSPs on your Nintendo Switch. Edison is basically your screen configurator and all that, so it changes all that stuff. Actually, that's Fizzu. Edison is just your menu and stuff. So FTPD is a remote system transfer app for your computer, so you can connect to your computer with FTPD, and you can just transfer files over Wi-Fi. So if you just want to transfer a quick file, instead of just plugging into your USB or taking your SD card, you can just do it through Wi-Fi. Gold Leaf again is over here, and we have Hekate, which is basically if you want to like wipe your Switch, this is what you have. You have your Homebrew App Store over here. You have JKSV over here. You have basically just a lot of the stuff back again. I had these files before, so you're gonna have a few duplicates over here. Over here is your NX dump tool, so this is where you can just dump your games and everything. Over here, you have a few games over here. You have SysNext right here, and you have Tinfoil installer, USB file transfer, TriPlayer, which is basically your music player for your Switch, and SysDVR right here. What SysDVR is basically a way to stream your Switch to your computer without using a capture card, and I'll be making a video on this in a few weeks as well. So this is just your Sys Clark Manager, and that's basically a quick overview of the Lotus Tech Pack right here. Now, there's so much more you can do with your Switch, but a good way to get started with your Switch, if it's your first time modding it or just getting into it, is to get the pack, because it basically sets it all up for you. From there, you can go to Tinfoil, get the Lotus Tech shop and everything. And if you want a more detailed description of what's in the pack, you can check the description, and you can even look at the media file, which we show everything in there. So yeah, I got a comment about this saying, can we get a quick overview on the pack? And I decided let's make a video about it. So yeah, if you do have any questions, you can join the Lotus Tech server and then go to Lotus Tech services, and you can text and support, and we can have one of our staff members help you out there. So yeah, if you want to get this pack, it's in the Lotus Tech Services Discord server, which you can find on the Lotus Tech server. And I made a video on this pack, which is a better gaming alternative pack. So this is basically better gaming super pack, but our version, and just so much more better, and you don't even need to pay for it. But yeah, I hope that this video helped you guys. And once again, if you have any questions, join the server and we'll help you out. Just comment, like, and subscribe. It helps us a lot. And yeah, goodbye.